Hello everybody, welcome back to the Art of Mods. Today I actually have a brand new guitar that I decided to try and work on and modify. And I actually wound up finding this one used guitar that really intrigued me. It was one that I haven't really seen somebody selling used, or at least in quite a while. I've seen this style guitar, I guess you want to say, before, but not for the price I wanted getting it for. So I saw this and immediately I was like, you know what, I want to do exactly the mod that I did to one of my old previous guitars to this thing and try and pretty this thing up and make it look and play and sound ridiculously nice considering what type of guitar it is. And this is the guitar that I found. It is a Washburn Hannah Montana Strat. I actually wound up getting this, the patch cord, and this very, very small, I think 10 watt amp for, I think, oh god, I think I paid $50 for it. Canadian, by the way, $50 Canadian. And yeah, like I said, immediately as soon as I saw this, I'm like, yep, I want that. I want to be able to just get rid of all of this and see how well I can make this thing look. And hopefully I can make it look exactly like I have my last guitar. So, in order to do that, I'm going to need this. Very simple, just like I did last time on the that rocker guitar. Is I'm just going to strip everything off, take all this equipment off, take the strings, take the neck off, blah 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 blah, and just first off do it on the headstock just to test it out, see how it looks, and just slowly torch around here until it kind of like just gets rid of or discolors the paint. And then after that, especially where it says Disney here, the HM, that part, just burn the shit out of it, just get rid of it. And same thing with down here, just slowly but surely, just go slow, go over top, just discolor it, and then go nuts in the spots that I really want to dry it up. So, I never really noticed this part. I think I'll have to do something about that. Don't know yet. But, until then, I actually tried this guitar already. I tested it out, and I'll put that in the very last video of how it sounds. So I'll just leave that completely. I won't go too much into details. All I'll say is it actually, for what this guitar is, it actually sounded pretty decent, actually. You'd think for, well, not saying Washburn is a bad brand, but for a Hannah Montana and not even a full-size guitar, this is like a 3/4 size meant for a kid, these Telecaster pickups sounded pretty good. Like, they were pretty hot. I was actually quite shocked. And other than this jack kind of being out of place here, all the knobs worked, the pickup selector switch worked, both pickups obviously worked, and other than that, this guitar is just missing the high E string. That's it. All the tuners work. They're a little loose, but they all work. Like, everything on this guitar for $50 worked, so I was actually quite happy with it. But let's start stripping this thing off and taking a look at how it looks on the other side.
Just think about it right now. Everything's okay. No matter where you find yourself, no matter what kind of stuff is going on in your life, underneath it all, everything's actually all right. You're okay. Have more power than you might be giving yourself credit for. And if you have something that's going on in your life right now that's challenging, painful, it's just a reminder to take a little bit better care of yourself. You're worth it. You can have this feeling anytime you choose.
Okay, I actually had to... What? This is like a sandpaper for a Dremel. Just sitting in there. Huh. I think someone went out for like missing or losing the nuts that go onto the end of here. So it put this in there just to like brace it, I guess. But, I mean, it works. It's just a little weird. I would have just gone out and gotten a new nut. Alright. Let's continue.
Everything's actually okay.
Alright, finally everything's taken apart. So I'm actually going to test these pickups. I'm a little curious on how, what the resistance is on these things. But like I was saying before, they actually sounded quite nice when I hooked them up to my amp. And did everything like that. So I'm actually going to guess these things are pretty hot. Possibly ceramic. But yeah, and then, other than that, the body looks pretty good. The routings done on it are actually quite nice. It's not painted on the inside. That's a first. Usually I see it painted, so maybe it's like a thin coat of paint that's on here. You can kind of see it's just worn in right there, just a little bit with the paint, but not bad. I actually quite like this. So yeah, I'm gonna just test these out. Then right after that, I think I'll get to burning away at the wood. So just in case for people who don't know how to do this part, literally just any sort of multimeter or ohm meter will work. All you have to do is just turn it on to the right type of resistance and just put it, the negative onto the ground, positive onto the lead, and that's where you're going to get your numbers. If I can actually touch it properly. So on average, this one is 5.92. When I move it around just a little bit, it goes a little higher. So let's see if I can get this one a little better. Nope, still 5.92. Yep, so it's alright. Not too bad. Now let's try the bridge pickup. This one, when I tested out, was actually really bright, so. Really? That's it. Well, for pickups that are pretty low, they sounded quite nice. So this one had about 6.5 ohm reading. This one, if I can get it on there, had about a 5.94 ohm rating. I'm just doing that just because when I take these off, swap them out with the other ones. I just want to know what these are afterwards, just for when I keep them or try and resell them. Okay. Now I'm just going to put these off to the side, and let's get to the rest of the guitar. Alright, so all the tuners are off. Unfortunately, I didn't even realize in the past that this screw here for the truss rod cover is completely stripped, so I might have a little trouble with that one. I'll have to take a look, see if I can find my screw extractor, see if I can get that one out. But other than that, everything's fine. And just by literally just feeling my fingers around the edges of the frets here, they actually feel, well, a little sharp, but not the worst that I've ever felt. So I think I might leave those, just maybe polish them up, make them a little nicer. Obviously these stars, I have no choice but to just leave those. I am not qualified enough to even touch this like a fretboard as of yet. I've never done anything like that, so just gonna leave that, and then yeah, see if I can get this off. I think I'll just leave the nut on there. It's glued in there pretty well, or yeah, it's just sitting there. It's not doing anything bad. So yeah, I'm just gonna see if I can take this off, and then I'll take my blowtorch to it and see how it looks. All right, took forever. I went around to actually drill that screw out a number of times, but I finally got it. So, now, finally, I can get to actually doing what I want and checking to see how this thing looks once I finally actually apply a blowtorch to it. So, in order to do that, just clear everything out of the way, make sure nothing gets touched, and I'm just going to very, very lightly just adhere to just this area and barely go to the rest of go near where the nut and the fretboard is. So just open up the blowtorch. This thing hasn't been working. Oh, well, look at that, first time in a while. Okay, and then like I said before, just very lightly go through and touch the remainder of it. And just like that, completely different from my last one. Okay, so this stuff apparently has a very small film on top of it. So apparently I'm going to have to actually take this thing to the film first, and then try to peel it all off and then get to the other side. Cool, completely different from what I was expecting, but I guess expect the unexpected. Okay, let's try this again. Just make this a bit of a smaller flame. Okay. Now let's try and peel all this off. And I guess that explains why there wasn't really much paint on the routing done for where the pickups and everything are, because this probably isn't a paint. In certain spots, yeah, probably just to like fill in a lot of spots, but it's probably just like some sort of a veneer they put on top of it just to make it look like it does. I have to do this for the body. This is going to be fun. Alright. Let's try it again. Okay, so gonna continue using my propane lighter just to char the top of this guitar. My initial hope and plan at the beginning was to try and do this like an old guitar that I already did, where I applied the propane torch to it and it aged the color to like a yellowy kind of color, and then I just actually like burnt the rest just to kind of give it a cool look. But I don't think it's going to work considering what happened to the neck or the headstock. It looked like it was just some sort of like a plastic coating over top of what looked like a pre-inscripted onto the body. So if that's not going to work and it just literally just peels away like it did the headstock, then what I'm going to do is actually just use my ink to make a purple color and just apply that just to the bare wood. Again, just going to use this just to get rid of that plastic and chip away at the rest, just to quickly just get rid of the coating. But after that, yeah, just get to base wood, to sand down to the base wood, then use these, make a nice deep purple color. And I'm going to keep the sides and the back just as is. I think it'll look decently cool having the contrast of the lighter violet versus like an actual purple top. And then other than that, I think I'm going to add some of my black, just to try and, I don't know, try and maybe give it a flame or just some sort of cool design. So, I'll start with this, see how it turns out. Unfortunately, I kind of have my doubts, but we shall see. So far, absolutely nothing's happening. Yep, and just bubbled. Okay. Yep, so it just bubbled away like I thought it was. Then you can even see right here, it looks like there is just purple underneath, going, like I said, just a screen printing underneath. So, yeah, I'm just going to continue using this just to take this plastic off. Then I'm just going to take the sander to it, get rid of this purple top, and then kind of redo the top. A little more on the edges. Alright, now just going to use my scraper and chip away at the rest. turns out there's still a few spots with the plastic, so I'm just going to take this to it again before I continue with sanding.